So happy to see you back at the
Thank
Tony
you.
party.
Thank you.
What feels special about that pin? You've been here before, we've done this.
I guess it all boils down to great writing, great direction, and a super strong ensemble. So I have been in that mix before. So, but each one is unique to the other,
Yeah.
and this one clicks all those boxes for sure. And so that's why this is unique, because of Joe Mantello once again that I've gotten a chance to work with, and the big swing that he took on this production, the great writing, of course, and then this ensemble. The large ensemble is wonderful, and then we have like a little smaller Lohman family
Yeah.
ensemble, which is tight as hell. I mean, we get along so well off stage. I don't know how casting could have figured that out.
Right.
You know, but it's just one of those things that happen. And when it does some of the heavy lifting for you on stage, you know, because it's selling that we are close. It's selling because we are. So it's selling that there's some sort of a family there.
Right.
Some sort of true relationships
Yeah.
are happening.
Yeah. You bring such grit to Linda. I love watching you dig into this role, and I know you've never seen it before. So you just sort of were presented with the script
Yeah, I just went with the script.
and a great director.
Yes.
And what was it like finding her in the room? I know you've lived with
First
the
of
idea
all-
of doing, you told me previously that you sort of walk around characters before you
Well, yes.
get in the rehearsal room.
Nathan and Joe had started talking about this 30 years ago. 10
Yeah.
years ago, they folded me into
Right.
the chat, the group chat. But I hadn't really sat down and studied it or anything,
Yeah.
you know, because the date seemed so far out there.
Yeah.
And when it got closer, you know, I really started looking at the script and, you know, started memorizing early on because you have to. And I saw what a through line was that I didn't expect to see for her character, which is, first of all, that she's a true partner to Willie. It's not just, he's not just running the show. They are a couple, and they are partners in the financial part of the marriage, everything. And also, she is the one that sets in motion the fact that if Biff and Willie can't get along in this house, then something's going to change. And she makes the decision that one of them's going to leave. And I never really tracked it back to her before in the story of it all. I just thought it was inevitable. But she's the one that says, no, you can't stay here. Sorry.
Right.
And she follows through on that.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So that gives her some grit.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. 9 nominations for this beautiful production at the Winter Garden also. It's the grand
knew?
theater to
Who
be
knew?
doing
Who
a
knew?
play like this.
Yeah.
Is it just thrilling to watch audiences pouring in and to keep having these?
I don't even know 1,000 people. So I'm shocked when it's full, when there's standing room places are filled. I
Yeah.
can't really see out there very well, but I can see silhouettes sometimes if I glance out. It's shocking to me, to be honest. I've never played in a space that big before.
Wow.
The sound design is excellent,
Yeah.
which I count on heavily. We all do, because there's no way that we could fill that
Sure.
space without it.
Yeah.
And so the design is absolutely crucial and so well done.
So finally, speaking of small theaters, this is a big theater, but a small theater. Back when you were doing Last Menagerie in Chicago all those years
Oh,
ago.
wow.
If you could talk to that girl,
Oh.
and what would blow her away the most about this moment and this life that you built?
Well, I was playing Laura in a basement, 88 seats in Highland Park, Illinois. And I guess I was 23 maybe, because I think there's a line that Laura says, I'll be 24 in June, something like that. And that was me. I was doing it with John Malkovich, Terry Kinney. Had I known, cut to 2026, sitting here with you and wearing this, you know, I think she would have been so surprised that I ended up being able to make my living as an actor and raise a family by doing it, something that I love, and that B, I was the age that I am now and still in love with it.
Yeah.
So I could rest her assured that you're not going to burn out. It's always going to be where you gravitate to, and you'll never stop enjoying doing it.
I love that. Congratulations.
Thanks.
So great to see you.
Thanks.